I guess what we want to do is make it closer. Make this place closer to this place than it is to this place. And that's already kind of true. I'm seeing a lot of people leave, for example, from here and go to here. Like these cars, for example. They're all going to this apartment. Yeah, meteors, we don't care about you. So it's been like 4 days and now traffic is completely solved. There's no traffic at all. So it was just the ratio of commercial to residential that was causing the problem. We'll have to try to rezone and do a better job of that. And I gotta try to solve this feeling happy leaving the city problem as well. I've been thinking about this for like days and days and days. Not all the time, but you know, this has been the primary problem in my city for a long time, is my point. I don't like how close this intersection is to this intersection. It causes huge backups in this direction, you know? So I love the center donut for getting out of the city, but I need a better way to get from one pie slice to another. I'm going to so say I'm here and I want to get here. Right now, the shortest path is along this street, right? But when this street is busy, then people get sent down this avenue, across this avenue, and back up this avenue over to here. And that means that it's sharing the route with people who are trying to leave the city. I think we just need an avenue. No. What we need is to get people to not want to go from one pie slice to another. And I think that's accomplished by keeping the 1-to-1 residential commercial ratio. Like as you can see right now, everything's fine. So we can make a city that's 320,000 people and has almost no traffic just by duplicating this zoning over here. We already did that. It already worked. We know that works. But that doesn't help us get bigger. If we want more residential, we need to use up this additional space, which will only buy us a couple more people, maybe like 20,000 more. And more importantly, we need to have fewer commercial buildings and more residential buildings. But that's where the traffic comes from. That's where the big problem comes from. So if we blow up this road, and this road, no, this one, so we blow up every other one, so we end up with just 3 things connected at the center instead of 6. And then we make an avenue, make this one an avenue, because that only really costs us like 5 times 6 buildings is not a ton of buildings. And then we no, I don't think that'll help anything. So, look how nice and beautifully clean things are now. So let's zone over here and try to get the ratio correct. And it should be obvious when we do it wrong, because if it's correct, it'll be like no traffic here at all. And if it's wrong, we'll see people leaving from here and going somewhere else. So to begin, we get us some houses. So we'll start with a 1-to-1, then we'll just blow up some of our commercial. Gotta check why our sound is wrong too. Audio. I'm wondering if the daytime and nighttime openness of stores is causing a lot of this traffic. Like, it's the middle of the night, and people are going from here all the way down to here, when I think there's available goods. Yeah, there's plenty of available goods here, but I think this building is closed because it's nighttime. Whereas other buildings are open. It's causing some silliness to go on. Our roving bands of zombies, it's working out just fine. They're all going to work. So we got a 2-to-1 ratio of unfilled jobs, 2-to-1 ratio of unsold goods. Not quite a 2-to-1 ratio, actually. Seems like we have fewer goods than before. %20 tax rate is limiting the city leavers. I'm gonna leave it. I think I'm gonna leave it at 20% until we get our first abandoned house, because I don't think anyone's abandoning. Not enough room to increase density, but there's right here. I'm blowing you up just for saying that. Don't talk back to me, house. So 6 a.m. rush. A little bit of road usage, mostly not. Mostly all's well. Roadhouse. Oh, with 20% tax rate, no one's going to move into the new houses, though. Wow, what's going on here? Where's all my money going? Oh, it's because I have enough services to handle a 400,000 person city, but I only have 150,000 people. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, way too much. Way too many services. I don't mind though. I got 22 million bucks, nothing to do with them. So we know that setting the tax rate low is going to cause traffic, but we already know that this is a good enough city structure, so we don't need to keep proving it forever. Let's cause some traffic. Hey Simon, how's it going, my friend? Good? Okay. This is the city game. It's number 5. Before we were playing number 4. This one's number 5. One thing to notice about this 16% tax rate. The half of the city that's already fully formed is basically staying stable. They've stopped sending out vacationing shoppers, and yet they're all green and happiness. But one exception is these houses when even a minor problem arises, the high tax rate makes it snowball really quickly. So this house has one injured person, and so normally the injury would just be a minor drag that was quickly ignored because the taxes were low enough. But now the house drops and drops and might even get abandoned just because of one little injury. Where's the health map? Man, I give up. Click this. So I don't like the way that sickness and injury cherry picks which houses get upset. So I think that lowering the taxes a little bit more might be better. But I mean, it really, really helps the traffic. Look how smooth the traffic is. With even every building over here is max density, and the traffic is very smooth. And that's just because of the high tax rate. I feel like the high tax rate is required. But then I got to do something about this losing of happiness due to injuries and stuff. Let's watch this house. So he's completely out of money, right? He should get money when his workers are done. So he gets a little bit of money, 3 money. 6 money, 0 money. So his happiness isn't full. So every time he brings home money, he just immediately sends it off to go trade it for happiness. And that means that the message on his house is, we need money. We don't have enough money. And that's true, but it's really like he got an injury, so his happiness was depleted, and now he needs to fill his happiness back up using money. But the way that it actually works... Like, for example, why isn't this house always sending out shoppers as soon as it gets money? Like, his money is going up and up and up, except for when he pays rent and pays taxes. So I think that houses do send out more shoppers when they're out of money. I mean, that I was worried before that I thought that they didn't. It doesn't make sense for a house that's full on happiness to send out a shopper at all. So at one point, my whole city was max happiness, and yet everyone was sending out shoppers, and that was just silly. But now we can see from this little situation that this house is staying very steady on the money department, not sending out any shoppers, while this house is sending out its shoppers as soon as it gets money. Interesting. So I bet there's like a minimum number of shoppers that they want to send out, and if they don't have money, they wait, and as soon as they get money, they send out more shoppers. This house also is out of money. Anyone else out of money? Just 2 houses out of money. Seems like getting injured bankrupts you, and that that's cool. That's how you'd expect it to work. So this one and this one. And even though they're like dangerously low relative to other houses, as long as they don't get sick again, they should recover over time. It's been about a day. This house used to be at 600, and now it's at 1,000. So they're climbing back into it. I'm okay with how this is working. I don't really like the whole building fire though. So the real question is, should I be lowering taxes to get these guys? But they have already upped in density even with the 16% tax rate, so I don't need to lower taxes to get them to up density either. So anything that's dark blue, I don't care about as long as its happiness doesn't drop all the way to 0. Anything that's light blue, I would like to get more happiness into. But my city has way more max density dark blue buildings than light blue ones, so I don't want to... Ooh, this house is going to abandon. I've never seen a house actually abandon, like, in real time. This is going to be awesome. Abandon house. Abandon. Moving out soon. No money. We're moving out soon. We don't love you. Let's check their crime and their health. No trash, no crime, no health, no fire risk. He's uneducated. He doesn't have any particular germs or air pollution, or there's no real problem with this house currently that's causing it to go out of, you know, out of awesomeness. Just saw a bunch of people U-turn there. And the traffic by his house isn't too ridiculous, so people could theoretically get there with happiness if they had to. Interesting. So people keep coming in to go shopping. No one's bringing him any happiness. Poor guy. No one's bringing him any happiness. Come on, somebody happy this guy. Don't make him move out. Don't make him move out, guys. I would totally drop taxes just to save him, but he's one house out of hundreds. Okay, you got 12 money, 18 money, 9 money, 18 money. 195 residents. Starting to send some of them out to go shop. Sending out some walking shoppers, sending out his students. Sending out tons of shoppers. That's good. Yeah, bringing in the money. He might save. He might save, guys. I don't know. I think that each day they lose 200 from the high taxes, so I think that he's already beyond the threshold of danger. I think he recovered. Yeah, he's okay. Last night I was playing. Alright, well, he recovered. I wanted to see him crash and burn, man. I was rooting for him, but I wanted to be disappointed. Is there any way to get this? Sheesh. So, when things are going well, they're going well, but a couple of meteors fall from the sky, and these fires have been going on for like 3 days, man. Because with highly educated city with good traffic, just 2 fire trucks can handle the whole city for tens of bajillions of years. Actually, how long? For 5 years. 5 years. But as soon as you get fires all spread around the city, 2 fire trucks can't really keep up. And then when they do fight fires, they cause traffic, and that slows down the handling of crime and other stuff as well. Whole city burned to the ground. I'm sure that'd be a tragedy in real life, but in this game it's just annoying because I have to bulldoze this stuff and wait for it to grow back. So I was finding that the zoning strategy, like I said, the zoning strategy I used on the southern pie slice was intentionally bad, just to see if it was really what was causing all the traffic. And you can see that is what was causing all the traffic. So I rezoned it in a 1-to-1 I'm gonna rezone everything 1-to-1 except for this one, and then try to get this one just right, and then copy whatever it is I do here around the rest of the city. Wow. Also, I found that cities get built, like, look how nice this is. All this, the buildings back to back. They get built closer together if you zone an entire row of the same type, which makes mixed zoning residential and commercial seem like I might not even gain very much by doing it at all. It's just like so 1-to-1 ratio is massive overkill in the commercial direction. And then I tried a 2-to-1 ratio, and that's massive overkill in the residential department. But doing anything other than like a strict like 1-to-1 or 2-to-1, you have to kind of mix commercial and residential zones, and then you end up with underdeveloped land, like unused land, because you just can't, like, look right here. We got big building, big building. Over here we got big building, big building. But in the middle, we can't fit another big building, so we got this nonsense. And it becomes even more pronounced the closer in you get. I just don't like circles, man. They seem like such a waste of space. I'm considering maybe just lopping off a huge section of the city and making a grid and connecting it to the circle. I guess I can start up here. I'm doing it up here. Let's grid it up. I like grids better. Alright. So how do we go about this? So we don't want to connect to the highway this close. So let's start with a road that's right next to the highway. All right. So if I want a 5 to 3 ratio of residential to commercial, how would I do that inside of a grid? Each line wants to be either residential or commercial, right? So if I want, so say I have, 1, 2, 3, right? And we go res, commercial, res. There's too many. There's 6 things. How do I make 5 things? Maybe if one of them is unzoned. Yeah. So like, see how right here this road you're not zoning the outside of it. So then we can have, but then if you just do res here, there's nowhere for them to shop. I mean, it gives you the correct ratio, but it doesn't give you the ability to walk to where you're trying to get to. I think actually we want each road itself to be a 3-to-1 or 3 to 5 ratio. I gotta figure out a good way of how do cars get on this road? It's not connected to anything. What is going on? It's a police car. How did a police car get here? It's got 2 police cars. Wow. It's pretty impressive stuff. Anyway, how should these guys exit the city? We want them to exit through this center spoke somehow. Maybe right here will be fine. That kills a building. I think I can move this over, this building over, by building a road here. So I think this, yeah, that'll reform. So that's good. So how do we leave enough room for this? Oops. So this leaves enough room for 2 buildings. I'm going to zone first and then connect the roads again. Oh. No! I think that works. I don't even think I need that road. Okay. Now I need some place to shop. And these guys need to shop somewhere, so we need to figure out the size of a building and then put a store in it. 1, 2. I don't know. That might work.